Oh, baby, we are talking simple. We're talking easy. We're talking the best way to get traffic and convert it to actual sales. Because traffic is cool, but if you're not actually making money, then it's more of a hobby. It's cool, but not only that, I want to talk about the simple way to make sales and then turn it into what's called in the marketing world continuity income or recurring revenue, membership sites, but the simple way to do it. So, for context, a lot of marketers teach this stuff, this super complex funnels. And I used to speak at marketing events and I'd see these young guys come up and like show mind maps like this. And oh my God, here's my funnel. And they're smiling and giggling like little kids. Oh my God, look how cool this is. And the people in the audience are taking notes. Let me break this down for you. Here's why they do it. They do it not because they're using it in their business, because most often they're not using it in their business. They show you the complexity because they want you to hire them for their either expensive coaching or for their agency services. So they'll say things like, if you're running a Facebook ad and you're doing a video, you need to send this sequence and retargeting pixel if people watch 5 seconds. But if they watch 7 seconds, then they're more interested. So send them this funnel. And then you have to build out 19 more emails for that one. But if they watch 15 seconds, you need the super duper funnel. And then you end up doing nothing because it's insane. And again, I've spoken at these events. They don't do these things. And they hire me like, Ryan, man, this is too complex. You just simplify it for me. So let's just talk about simplicity and why I love the fact that we really are in easy mode. Coming back to my flywheel. So this is a little 10-second overview if you're new to my crazy world. And I do these all in one take, no edits. GTB, grow, type, bank. Grow is the top of the flywheel, which is your traffic, whatever your traffic strategy is. Mine right now is YouTube. I've done Facebook ads. I've done LinkedIn. I've done different things, but you've got to find your strategy, right? And you either get them onto your list or buying a low ticket product, get them into your world because you've got to get them off of the third party platform and into your world. Then you can offer more products and services and programs on the back end with email. That's T, that's the type. And B for bank is monetization, is more products, more offers, new programs, recurring revenue. Take the money, put it back in traffic, and the flywheel repeats. Here's one I found, which is an example of a really simple funnel talking about this easy mode, right? This person, she does her traffic. From what I can see, her main traffic is YouTube, which is what we're watching right now. That's grow. And she's getting from YouTube without a lot of steps in between right to the list. And hers is a 1 hour vegan meal prep. So her traffic to her list, and then she has low ticket products. So here's one of her ebooks, right? The Rainbow Plant Life, this ebook. That is a very, very simple funnel that pretty much anyone could do. And this works well. Again, your traffic, she gets them on the list first. So when you have them on the list, you can then email and have more offers, right? And you can get people to buy your products and programs. But if I were her, I didn't dig as deep into her business, and I don't know if she has one, but if I were her, I would absolutely create a recurring revenue, some type of continuity program on the back end for the super fans, because they're going to be people that want more. They want convenience. They want it automatically delivered every month. And by the way, if you're interested in learning more, I'm going to show you some examples, but just type in recurring below because I talk about this a lot in my email. So if you're not on my list yet, just type in recurring. I'll send you a link and we'll start recurring this baby. So if I were her, I would think about what would my audience really want? And that's what I want you to think about for a second. Forget you, right? Stop thinking about you for a second and think about if I were my audience and I were watching this video about vegan recipes, what would I want every month? Okay. Would I just want recipes? Maybe, maybe not. I probably want more of a system. What are meal plans? How does it all come together? And I'd be willing to pay for it. And it could be on the low end, it could be $10 a month. On the high end, depending on your branding and positioning, it could be $50, it could be $100 a month without one-on-one nutritional coaching. I like evergreen. whenever possible, getting as close to evergreen as you can. So here's what I mean by evergreen. You create it once and the content drips. So I join day one, I get volume number one. Jenny joins 6 weeks from now. On the first day of her membership, she gets volume number one. It works for certain topics. So for this topic, recipes, meal plans, it doesn't really change, right? If I'm giving a recipe, here's my blueberry smoothie recipe, and I give it to you today, if you get the recipe 6 months from now, it doesn't change. A blueberry is a blueberry. If I were giving, here are my newest AI tools, that's going to change. Okay. So that doesn't work quite as well for evergreen. There are ways to get around that with evergreen. I do evergreen plus fresh. I have some interesting things that, again, write recurring below if you want to dig deeper into that crazy world, because there's a lot. We can go super deep with that. But for now, the purpose of this is thinking, how can you make it evergreen? So if I were her, I'd want to create the content once and you drip it and you just stay a month or two ahead. And I would look at it in terms of, okay, all access pass, right? So one would be the rainbow recipes. Let's say I just made these up. I just did it quick. I'm like, all right, here's an example of what you might do. So part one of the membership, they get recipes, and every month, maybe it's 20 or 30 recipes. It could be breakfast, lunch, dinner, it could be snacks, depending on what it is you're teaching. So if yours was fitness, right? Maybe your workouts are all kettlebells. Maybe it's all body weight. Maybe it's in the gym. Maybe it's workouts for basketball players or football players or softball players, or maybe it's for people improving mobility and joint mobility. Maybe it's for people who have an autoimmune disorder. Maybe it's a personal development. Maybe it's a save your relationship. So figuring out what those things are going to be and how often you're delivering it based on your system, right? Part two of the membership could include maybe a monthly meal plan. So every month they get these meal plans, which, maybe it's broken down by day, by week. And then the third part of the membership can be the shopping lists. So now, as opposed to just selling $10, $15, $20 ebooks, which is great, right? You could sell a $20 ebook, and let's say you sell 100 this month, it's $2,000. Great. However, if you have 100 people paying $20 a month, that's $2,000 per month without having to create new ebooks every single month, right? Because once you create it once, it's stripped. So everything then you sell on top of that is an additional. So if you have the 100 people in, and then you get another 100 people buying the front end, you've got 2,000 every month coming in. Now there will be drop off, but hopefully we're refilling the bucket with new people. And then you've got another $2,000 in sales for one time, right? That becomes a much healthier, sustainable business. This is what it looks like with me right now. So, and I've gone through many different iterations since the late 90s. When I was on before YouTube, YouTube obviously couldn't have been my traffic. I didn't have it. It was more SEO, and then it was paid ads, but now it's YouTube. So front end video, and this is very meta because I'm doing it as I'm teaching it to you, but front end traffic, right? The bank. So one of the products is, I do have list building stuff. So if you type recurring, you get on my list, but I also have direct links where you can buy my new playbook, which is the 1 hour workday. So that's the bank. That's the monetization. Now you're on my list, right? And now there's more products and programs. And here's my continuity program right now, my all access pass, which gives you access to 3 different memberships, the list building hooks, the 1 email accelerator, and my 1-person playbook audio coaching, which right now it's like $14. So making it a no-brainer is important as well, but having a really simple system. And as of now, this is it for me. I'm not worried about complex funnels or complex ads or 100 different autoresponders. I have one main list. I have actually a list with 2 segments. I have a list of my buyers and a list of members and based on product. And then I have the list of people who just come on, who come into my world for free, and some are going to buy and some won't. And that's okay as well. But it's a really, really simple one-person business that you could run yourself. That's the beauty of a one-person business, is you don't have to hire a whole team to do this stuff. You've got your traffic, get them into your world and onto your list, and then you could have the continuity program on the back. And if you're interested, if you want to learn more, which I know you do, If you're not yet on my list, just type recurring below. And I want to help you. I want to help simplify. Now that I'm in my 50s, this is what I'm doing during my second act, is teaching all this stuff I've learned over the decades and been doing as one person business. And now we're getting rocking. And by the way, if you're interested in this recurring revenue, this next video, I'm going to show you a PDF file, like how we're taking these PDF files and turning them into recurring revenue without memberships, without communities, because you don't need a big, bulky membership. If you just saw what I showed you, even if I was running that woman's business right now, all of that stuff can be evergreen. It can all be dripped. She doesn't need a community. She doesn't need to do coaching. So click on here and watch this next video. I think you're going to like it. I don't think you're going to like it. You're going to love it. Let's rock this. I'll see you in the next one.